Hi, my name is Britta Baker. I feel like I should kind of do like an introduction. This is my first MBA course I'm taking. I graduated college 5 years ago, so bear with me. Anyways, let's dive right in. So, the first video is what I'll talk about is the emotional intelligence, um, which I found out is more than just what was on The Bachelor. I don't know if you remember, was it Nick's season? That Taylor, she had like the dark, it was like wavy curly hair, was always like, you have no emotional intelligence. And we always kind of made fun of her because that's, she was portrayed to kind of be like a know-it-all. And nobody in my little senior year of college knew what that was. But as I get older, it's come out more about what emotional intelligence really means. So, just kind of reflecting on emotional intelligence, I can definitely recognize my own, but I'm not so great about recognizing others. So, like right now, I can say like I'm feeling like anxious. I mean, what else is new? I'm, you know, I don't think hungry is really a feeling, but I mean, today at work I was forced to be more creative than I'm normally, just like graphically creative with creating graphics in Photoshop, and I'm not the most creative person when it comes to just like pulling something out of like a blank page. So I'm kind of stressed, overwhelmed, worried with that. I mean, I'm excited, it's summer, it's warm, I can't wait for all that has to be. So like moral of the story, this is my diary year, I can recognize my own, but not so much other people. I have no filter. Thankfully, it has gotten a little bit better as I get older. I feel like I'm less offensive now, I hope. But I'm definitely always like, I have a boyfriend that I've been dating now for a year and a half, and he it's been like months since it's happened, but it happens enough that it's been an issue before, where I will say something and he'll be embarrassed or I'll go too far. So I've definitely been looking up ways to work on me not having a filter, and it just comes to slowing down and thinking before you talk, which, if you're anything like me, it can be hard. All right, so yeah, I've kind of established that social competence and social awareness I struggle with sometimes. I can definitely, like, to my friend be like, oh, I don't think this person likes me. And they'll be like, yep, they don't. So I have like a little bit of an inkling, but I feel like some people don't make it super subtle. So that makes it really easy to know as well. It kind of stood out to me when he said, we live in a life that doesn't teach us what's good or not. I believe that's verbatim what he said. But that's true. Like, look at all these commercials, look at all these things that are just trying, like, if I ate everything I saw on TV tonight, it would not be pretty. So that kind of stuck out. It's like the realest thing I heard today. All right. And then they talked about ways that you can improve your emotional intelligence, or things that kind of hinder it from registering in your brain. So, okay, sorry, I was reading my notes. So the first one was stress. I'm not an overly stressed person. I feel like I can manage my time very well. I love lists, so you just kind of check off where you need to go and prioritize things. So stress isn't a huge thing for me. However, full transparency, I struggled with anxiety for years. So I'm not sure what anxiety versus stress is like on the brain. Obviously, if you're anxious, you're kind of distracted, which I feel you're not paying attention. Like, I feel like that does not help with emotional intelligence. So I feel like it's kind of along the same lines, but not exactly. Sleep. So I definitely get a lot more sleep than I used to. I'm almost 27, so I'm not, doing the things I did when I was younger. So every night I get at least 7 hours, which for me is not enough. I would love to get like 8-9 hours of sleep a night. But they mentioned melatonin, which I didn't think it was all that bad to take melatonin. Like, I took it last night, and I realized that today I'm kind of struggling. Like, I'm just very groggy. I just want to sleep. And kind of like anxious. So I'm not sure if that's all related, if it's just an off day. I guess I could track it and really see how it affects me. Blue light, obviously I'm a millennial, so that could obviously be improved. I think I, as well as many others, struggle with being on our phones up to the second we go to bed. And in this day and age, like, I don't know how not to do that. Like, even while watching these videos, I was like struggling to just watch it and not like be on my phone, which is kind of concerning. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a habit and it's an addiction. So the more you keep your phone down, the easier it'll be. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anybody else notice all of his examples were Apple products? Was he sponsored by Apple? Caffeine. So I try to be fairly diligent about caffeine. I only allow myself like 1 bottle or like 2 cans a day because I know my body, and with anxiety, it does not interact well together. Like, I love coffee, but I have to drink decaf because the caffeine really does not go well with me. I get jittery, I get anxious for hours. It typically wears off pretty quick. I know like the jittery feeling does, but I know like they said what's like a 6-hour shelf life. So I feel like the caffeine, I'm doing fairly good with that. I drink it pretty much like right in the morning. So I try not to do in the afternoon because I know how much that probably affects you. I think with sleeping, my most toxic trait is probably, I think it's a good idea or acceptable, not really acceptable, but I do it anyways, to just take a nap at 7:30 during the week when I know fully well I have to be up at 7 a.m. the next day for work. So I'll take a nap till like 9. I know if I do that, I'm not going to go to bed before midnight. So little self-reflection there.